True Hoop TV, where I have to admit I'm kind of rooting for the Warriors. It's fun to see this work, but losing a game, not the worst thing in the world, right, David Thorpe?
Absolutely. Because of this amazing start, they've had all sorts of potential regular season records to break, right? Most wins to start the year. They got that. Now Mark Stein just tweeted, can they beat the all-time record for wins before Christmas, which the '08 Celtics had? I think it was 28-2. And basically what I say is until they get to 11 losses, someone's going to be talking about that Bulls team that won 72. And I say all of it is garbage, because the only streak that matters, really, is the streak of 2 rings in a row, because rings last forever, while streaks will always be broken at some point in time.
And what people don't realize, it's only coming from the science world now, but you can absolutely lose that championship now. If you play your best players too much now, it totally diminishes their likelihood of winning a championship. Nobody's won it. I've said this a gazillion times, but nobody's won a championship having played more than 3,000 regular season minutes in more than a decade. Don't screw it up now. So that's where I feel like all these little interim victories, regular season streaks, anything that happens in December, you cannot increase your likelihood of winning a championship, but you can decrease it for real.
Well, let's remember something that we talked about on your show many years ago now. I think it was on your show. I may have just been on the phone with you a lot. Maybe we wrote about it. But you remember when we talked about why is Phil Jackson letting Trevor Ariza continue to shoot threes?
And I love this story, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, so I posited the idea that, I think he realizes come June, he needs Ariza to make threes. Well, if you need him to make threes then you got to let him miss threes in November and December and January and let him figure it out, whatever. Well, of course, he did figure it out, and they needed those threes. I think it was against the Magic, who had the best defense probably in the league, and top 2 maybe with Boston. And what I'm saying to you now is Golden State needs to continue to tweak with stuff like that to build their team, whether it's system strategies, whether it's individual stuff, and know they may lose a game or 2 along that journey to be better come May and June. And if you're worried about these streaks, then you may not make those decisions and therefore not advance your team enough come May or June.
So the cautionary tale here is the Blazers, who won 77, 50-10 with Bill Walton the following year. Then he got hurt, right? So don't you wish they would have played him 20 minutes a game, been 40-20, but been able to make the playoffs healthy, ready to rock?
Oh, it's a great example, not only the next year, but obviously Walton was never the same again. I mean, he was an off-the-bench player for a Celtics champion, but you were talking about one of the greatest players of all time. Oh, by the way, Steph Curry looks like he's going to be in the running of that, right? You want to protect that guy. I heard someone say the other day, the only guy that will be able to get players to sit when they're playing as well as they are is Pop. And maybe that's true, and that's why you got to take it out of the coach's hand. This is ownership and management saying to our team collectively, you can't dictate, right? You can't be dictatorial. It's got to be a group. It's got to be a we community effort of guys. Our only thought is winning that second championship. And so everything we do from now and then is going to build towards that. And if it means we have some losses along the way, as long as it's for the greater good down the road, we are telling you this is